This is the Albuquerque Business Podcast with your host, Jason Rigby. Each week, we interview leading local business leaders to inspire the vision and spirit that is in every entrepreneur, discussing strengths, weakness, strategies, systems, and the problems we can all solve together to fulfill a shared vision of a new future for Albuquerque.
Hello, this is Jason Rigby. Welcome to the Albuquerque Business Podcast. I want to talk to you today. We're going to get into marketing again. I know I did one last week, and I got a bunch of response on it where people were saying thank you. We went over the Google My Business page. So today I kind of want to get a little bit into lead generation, and I want to talk about specifically on your local website here in Albuquerque and what that looks like. I'm going to use a couple of resources, but and I'll share those with you so that you can go online and read about it. But I want you to understand what lead generation is and how it can work for your business. And especially really in reality, when we look at our website, that's really what we want it to be. We want it to generate leads for us, whether it's through a phone call, whether through an email, whether it's setting an appointment, whether it's getting an appraisal, whatever it may be, we need leads. Because we all know that the online stores are stealing all the customers. We know the Yellow Pages doesn't work anymore. We know paying for traditional media marketing, whether it's the local paper, whatever it can be hit or miss. Sometimes it could be good. Sometimes it could be bad. We know direct mail, that can be, a gamble. But at the end of the day, I don't want to rely on like hit or miss old school marketing methods when I can take something like my webpage, and if I can generate more traffic to it and in turn generate traffic where they're looking on Google specifically for that, and then I can have my website generate leads daily to me, and then I have somebody that I've trained or myself that I'm responding to these leads, I know that I'm going to have a steady flow of business. And then from there, I can look at, I need 20 leads to set one appointment. And then from one appointment, I'm averaging, $500 ROI on that one. So then I can start looking at doing some Google ads, maybe some Facebook, Instagram ads, because I'm getting these leads that are coming in, and then I can pull traffic more to my site. Once I'm able to do that, then I can say, okay, I'm getting 1 or 2 leads a day. What would happen if I get 5 or 6? And then what would be the money that I could receive from that? What can I budget, marketing, and so forth? So I want to get into a little bit with you, and we're going to get real specific. I'm going to use examples, and I'm going to talk about, different industries locally here so that we can see what local lead generation looks like. But it's very, very simple. It's taking your website, doing an audit on it. And I encourage you, if you haven't done this, go to your website, look at it through a desktop, through a Mac computer, through Chrome on a Windows computer, then go mobile on an Android and an iPhone and look at your website in detail. You're going to find amazing things. If you have teenagers that have them, tell them, say, hey, I'll give you a $20 Starbucks gift card. Our $20 Amazon card, and please be mean and tear up my website and give me a little report of everything that's wrong with my website. I guarantee you, taking somebody, whether it's, a college student, a high school student, whatever it is, and having them go through your website, you're going to learn so much about your customer journey on there. But I want to give credit where credit's due. This information, a lot of it I got from, there's a blog on wishpond.com. That's wishpond.com. And you're going to hear a lot of the things that they're talking about. I'm going to talk about, because they have a lot of blogs that's on this. Number one thing for your website you can do, I know we all hate them, and that's why I'm going to hit it right off the bat, and that's pop-ups. Pop-ups, I know we hate them, but they do work. But a good pop-up we actually really want if it's providing value. Like for instance, if I can say I'm a landscaping company and I can say, get a free landscaping consultation, leave your email below, or maybe, get maybe I'm a roofing company, and then show like a video or something where, a roof is caving in, or, when it rains, it's leaking and what can happen to the roof, and then offer, a free consultation on that, and then where they can make an appointment for it. So a pop-up's a good thing. There's different types of pop-ups. There's entry, exit, there's click pop-ups, there's timed pop-ups, there's scroll pop-ups. There's lots of different kinds. It's very versatile. There's a lot of different, if your website provider doesn't offer that, there is a lot of different programs out there that's extremely simple to use, that you can put a pop-up on. If you need help with that, our sponsor, DukeCityMarketing.com, that's www.DukeCityMarketing.com. They could do that for you on your website. They could redesign your website to get, just produce leads. They could give you a free audit for that also. But like, for instance, on this blog.wishpond.com, they're showing, enter a chance to win a 2017 Chevy Spark. A Chevy dealership did that. Enter now. Well, they were wanting emails so that they can turn around and send emails once a month to the customers. So they were using a giveaway. Those are really important in pop-ups. Like providing a PDF, maybe a checklist of something that you have made that that you're an expert in. Whatever that may be, you can make a little quick PDF form and put it in there. And there's programs that will go on your website where you can offer. So you're just right off the bat, you're creating value. Maybe you're a plumber and there's a checklist, for what it looks like, with a leaky faucet, whatever it may be. There's ways around to make a pop-up not be spammy, where somebody would want to complete the form to receive something. That's very important. Next, not just pop-ups that will generate leads if it's done right, but also landing pages. Now, a landing page is something that's specific, that's on your website. And it's just a simple form, maybe like a really nice picture or video. It builds trust on the landing page, and there's some reviews in there. And then, from there, it has, your phone number, and then it has a lead generation form that they can fill out with email, cell phone, if you want to text, whatever that is. I like to do one or the other. And that's something that you need to decide as a business owner. Is it important for you to text them, or is it important for you then to email them? But if you start asking for first, last name, company name, business email, cell phone, work phone, if you have like a 6-form thing, you're not going to get very many people fill them out. I want it to be super simple where I can contact them. First name, cell phone. Do you mind if I text, or call you? That's really simple. That's usually the way that people like it. I find on lead generation that texting works the best. People don't mind and they will read a text. 90% of people will look on their phone. A lot of people will not answer their phone, especially if they don't know where the number comes from. But here's a few landing page best practices. One, you want to keep it really simple. You want your form filled short. We talked about that. And then you want clearly highlight your lead magnet. And what a lead magnet is, like maybe you're a wedding photographer and you've got pictures on there and you want to get an email address. So you're going to send your portfolio to them, and then you could send a link to a Dropbox or a Google Drive where they could see, these really big megabyte pictures of weddings that you've done, like the best of the best. Maybe there's 20 huge photos in there, and it shows them step by step, whatever it may be. And that's a good thing too. Maybe you are a wedding photographer, offering a checklist of things to look for when you're hiring a wedding photographer. And you would hope that they would hire you, but at the end of the day, you're creating value, and then you're showing things that they could be fearful of that can be alleviated by hiring you. So that's a great way to show value and then bring them back into your lead magnet. Forms are really good. Like I said, it's different. A lot of people don't like the little forms on the side of the page. I think it's really important that you have them on the front, and I think it's really important that you have it on the bottom, because what information am I trying to provide on my webpage anyways? I don't want to be Wikipedia. Yeah, I would like that for SEO to have, blog posts and all that. But at the end of the day, I want somebody to get a hold of me easily. I want them to call me, stop in my store, or I want them to fill out a form. I need a lead. That's why I have a web page in the first place. And I think it's important when you look at design of pages. It's funny to me how many pages don't even have clear call to actions. And that's what they call them, CTAs, or call to actions. It's like the number's not very clear. I need a number I want to text. Maybe I want to find out about the wedding photographer and I don't want to call them. Maybe I just want to text them. Well, call or text. Have a local number on there. You can use a Google Voice number. It's free. And you can get a 505, a 575 number, for here locally. But those are all really simple things that you can do. Embedded forms, like I said, if you can get creative with them. Another good one for lead generation is a contest, sweepstake, referral contest, whatever it may be, photo contest. There's lots of different things with that. I've seen, like a yoga studio giving away 30 days free yoga, or 90 days, free gym membership, whatever it may be. There's a lot of things that you can do to have somebody put in their email address or their cell number. And then you've generated a lead that you can give to your sales team to work, or you can work however that is. But it's amazing to me how many people do not use exciting or relevant prizes. Make it relevant to what you are. If you're a cosmetic company, why would you not have where you're giving away products to that? Because if women are going to your website, and the average age you're finding out through your Google Analytics, I hope you've got your Google Analytics hooked up so you can see who is coming to your website and watch your traffic on it. But if you're averaging 40-year-old women coming to a website, that's going to be a different person than a 20-year-old. The products are you're going to sell differently to on those. If you have a ton of men coming to a website and you want to offer free Botox, that's not going to be something that they're going to be interested in. But you have to understand that lead generation is all about traffic going to your website. If you hook your Google Analytics up and you see that you've got 30 people coming to your website, then, the odds of getting leads, you're going to have to get some traffic sources coming in there. And the best way to do that, and I'm telling you guys, whether you like it or not, the best way to do that is to do local SEO and run Google ads. Google owns the market on search. They are the source. People go to Google and type in best brewery in Albuquerque, best patio restaurant in Albuquerque, highest rated dentist in Albuquerque. All these things they're typing in, and you got to be up there on the front. If you are running ads and you are working on your SEO and you're getting to that top of page, you're going to get a lot of traffic organically and paid coming to your website. Cool part about Google Ads is it's the ad, if it's done right and you have a right company that's doing your Google Ads, when they type in, best dentist in Albuquerque, it's going to show your ad right up at the top. And you're going to be that one. And then it may show your ratings, your reviews, whatever it is. But you're going to be at top of mind. If they click on that ad, yes, you're going to pay for it, but they're going to go hopefully to your website. Hopefully you have clear call to actions, and then they will perform on that some way, whether you have a pop-up or whether you have a lead generation form or whatever it is. If your website's designed to attract leads, then you got to think, if it's $3 a click, and I have 30 clicks coming, and out of 30 clicks, I get one that fills out a form. And then out of that one person, I call them, it's just ROI. It's really easy. That's what I love digital marketing, because the ROI is easy to see and you can figure out exactly where you need to go on how much it costs you. And you'll be shocked at how inexpensive it is to get leads. I know people are paying $100 a lead, $17 a lead. It's different industries pay a tons of money to get these leads when you can generate them yourself. So Google ads, really important. Running Facebook ads right now has a lead ad that you can actually have. Cool part about Facebook lead ads is they will pre-fill the information because they already know your email and your cell. So when you say, yes, I'm interested from somebody's scrolling, let's say, they're looking, let's say you're a sports, you sell golf equipment, sports golf equipment. They see that new, Callaway driver, they click on it. Once they click on it, they can enter to win it. And then from there, it puts their email and it puts their cell if you want their cell too. It puts it automatically in there. So all they have to do is hit submit and then they can keep scrolling again. Now you just got a lead. So Facebook lead ads works really, really well. And that goes on Instagram and Facebook also. And then, posting on social media. Now, let me tell you, you're not going to generate a lot of leads just by posting constantly on social media. What you need to do is ask people to share so that it goes on their pages. The average person has 300, 350 friends. Always be asking people to share your post. If it's if it's a giveaway, if you're giving that Callaway driver away, then ask people to share it for more chances to win. and then go from there and pick somebody that shared it. If you had somebody that's on there every day and they're liking this and they're sharing it a ton, and, that person deserves it. They've put in the time and the effort. We always focus on local lead generations, but there is advantage to doing some offline marketing, and that's community outreach. I'm so amazed at how people don't think creatively with niches. Because, like the other day, I went to a place and they had a super bomb patio. They had dogs that were out there. The waitress was super friendly with the dogs. They even had little treats for them, water. Why would you not make Facebook, Instagram post to that? Let's say you're wanting to introduce a vegan menu. Oh my goodness. Do you know how easy it would be on Snapchat and Instagram to make ads to vegans specifically, that they could bring their dog to your patio and try out your new vegan, and tell them that they can mention this, and and they can get a free vegan dessert or something on there. But it's so simple to do. You can actually, how many vegan dog owners are there in Albuquerque? You can target to just those specific people. Next thing you know, you've created a little tribe, and now you've got people, coming and they're telling it. That's the way you want to do it. Instead of doing all the shotgun approach and marketing and not knowing, you can get super specific in the things you're doing. And then from there, you're generating leads, and you're generating an audience of specifically what you want. Maybe you're a veteran and you own let's go extreme, and you own you own a gym, and you want other veterans and firefighters and police officers to come into the gym, and it's all, weights and, working out hardcore and CrossFit and all that. It's so easy to, you can market to that. You can take men from, 25 to 45, that are firefighters, and then you can make an ad just for firefighters. You can make another ad just for police officers. You can make an ad just for military veterans. You can make an ad for people that are active duty Air Force, that are on Kirkland Air Force Base. It's so simple to do. And then from there, now you're generating leads. You can make landing pages for that. We would love to honor our military. If you're active duty and you want to be able to work out at a cool gym, you got a little YouTube video about you sitting there, next to the weight stack, kind of showing this. We would love to be able to honor our firefighters, and have you work out here. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to give you 30% off gym membership, or whatever it may be. Maybe you want to, reward people for when they are sharing the post, your post, to get it out there more for free. Every time they share, it's like you're running an ad. So think of it that way. You always want to ask people to be able to share their posts. That's why I ask you guys to share this podcast. It's a local business podcast that's proactive, wanting to help businesses here in Albuquerque. So, you can do a lot of community outreach through digital marketing. Also, make sure you have in-store materials, especially when you're wanting to attract people that, for instance, let me give you an example. Let's say I walk into a chiropractor office. I go in there. One, I hope I get asked 2 or 3 times to put a Google review. That's going to help my SEO. You need to have from your receptionist to everyone that you're talking to, ask them how their visit was. If it was, 5-star, please go to Google and leave a review. And then you hand them a material that shows them that Google review, a little piece of paper or maybe a little card or something. We ask, we hope that you enjoyed your visit today, and we ask that you would leave us a 5-star review on Google. That is going to help you out so much. The in-store materials, asking people to share, asking people to go onto Facebook or Instagram. You as a business owner, you need to end with that. Whenever you're meeting new people, whenever you're talking to them, ask them to leave a review if they're happy. Also ask them to like your Instagram. I actually had somebody the other day. It was really cool. I was at a local brewery, and they came over and they saw me taking a picture, and they asked like the hashtags and stuff like that. And then they showed me, they went and had their phone and then showed me, their breweries, and kind of, we had a little interaction between our 2 phones. And it was just a cool moment that was created. And now I have a connection with that Instagram. So when I go on Instagram and I see posts from there, I'm going to remember that moment. So you'd be surprised how important it is. Just leaving hashtags laying around. You can be real creative with that. I've seen lots of places, put really big hashtags on the wall or whatever. And then people will, when they post, make sure you have, especially if you're in like restaurants or whatever it is, be selfie centric. Find things that that will be a place where they will stop and take a selfie. That is going to help you so much, and you'll be able to even generate your own hashtags with that and see people. If you don't have anything like that, try to be creative. Make a corner on your wall of whatever it may be. Maybe it's something for, if you're a child dentist, think of something that you can make that they would want to take a selfie with them, or however it may be. Maybe you come in and you put bomb lighting and you have a cool background, with your logo on it or whatever it may be. But think of ways that people can take selfies or something that they would want to take a picture of. And then they end up tagging you, and then you can go viral in that. These are all local lead generations, and you want to tie this all in together. But I want to get really quick. I know for sake of time, I want to make sure that I respect your time. I want to get into some website design. I'm looking at some websites right now. You've got to make sure that you have 5 key elements. And I'm getting this from marketing360.com. It's a good website. It's called marketing360.com. And I don't have any affiliation with these or anything. These are just things that I see and I really like, and they give some good examples. But they have 5 key elements for desktop and mobile design that you need to look at for lead generation for a website. 1, the design has to be professional and trustworthy. If they feel like there's something sketchy with it, I'm telling you, they're going to be like, click, off. If you're seeing your traffic coming to your website and then they're leaving, your bounce rate in Google Analytics, it's called bounce rate. If it's 50% or higher, you need to look at that, because something is going on where either you're getting really bad traffic coming to the website. You may be paying a company and they're sending some traffic from India or China or whatever to your website and then showing all these impressions. But in reality, you want good traffic coming to your website that is going through and looking at different pages on your website. Time on site, really important. Google Analytics will tell you that. How long are these people staying on my website? I need to know that, because I may need to change design because it needs to be professional and trustworthy. Number 2, they said it's easy to see what the business does. I don't know how many times I've seen this. It's like, what do you do? And I've told people, you got to pick something specific. The marketing is all niche. If you need to make another website for something else, you can't be all things to all people, not online. It confuses people whenever you do that. You can't have the same website where your plumbing service, and then on the same website, you have a restaurant. You got to have 2 different websites for that. It is easy to see where the business serves. Who are you serving? What's your audience? Have you built an avatar of who exactly you want to serve? Does your website match that person? If you want dog-loving vegans, then you need to make your website look like that. What colors would they use? What would the backgrounds look like? And so forth. It's easy to see what the offer is. Number 4, it's easy to see what the offer is. The call to actions have to be extremely clear. Big, bold phone numbers. Maps that have clear addresses on it that they can click and go to Google on it. If they're on their mobile phone and they're looking to come to your place, have it where they can click on. I don't know how many times I've seen where I've had to cut and paste or go back and forth between their website and Google Maps just so that I can, and then I'm typing in an address. It's so frustrating. People don't have the link clicks or don't have Google Maps embedded onto their website. It's really easy to do. Google makes it easy for that. It'll also help your SEO with that. It's easy to see how to take action. Number 5, and I think this is the most important. It is easy to see how to take action. When you go to your website on mobile and desktop, look at it. What stands out on the very first page? I'm looking at this acupuncture lead generation website design, and it says, expert acupuncturist local to Oahu Island, free new patient consultation, really big, an arrow, and it's got cool font, and it says free consultation, name, phone, email, how can we help? Let's get started, big red button. Then right below it, it has what is acupuncture, conditions we treat, and then it has the acupuncturist, meet this person. It has their name and talks about it. Very, very simple design, very easy to do. Right up at the front, you can see they're trying to get new patients, new patient consultation, and they have that right in the beginning. Big, huge schedule today, blue number, red buttons. Even try that. Maybe a red button doesn't work for you, but a blue one does. Maybe a blue button doesn't, but a green. You'd be shocked changing the colors of your website, what can happen. Here's an auto repair lead generation website I'm looking at. San Diego's best Porsche repair shop. Start here. Big arrow pointing right down to a lead form. You need a Porsche checkup. Schedule an appointment. Full name, phone, email. Boom. Schedule an appointment. Let's go right into if you're an appointment generating business and that's what you want, that should be the first clear thing on that website. Boom. I want you to schedule an appointment. Call me to schedule an appointment now. If you're not going to call me, submit this form to schedule an appointment. And then I would have everywhere call or text to submit an appointment. I would even have it where it goes on my calendar and I can click on it. There's a lot of embedded things that can go on a website where you can have that and they can pick exact time. Here's a really cool one. Here's a restaurant that caters to like pub food and UFC fighting. And they even have it, and I like it. They have, book a table for the next UFC site. And then they have the UFC fighting, the times that it's going to be. And they have eat like a champion, fighter friendly menu. Check it out now. There's something specific to this. They're wanting to attract a certain type of customer. What do you think the colors of the website are? It's got a big, huge thing of beer, big cheeseburger. It's black and red. And it looks like it's got flames and it's got lots of, bold type. I mean, it's perfect. And then it has a big button, join us for UFC, reserve your table, sign up now. Just a great, very, very specific, very easy to understand what that website's about. Carpet cleaning. Here's another one. Vermont's premier carpet cleaner. It has start here, get your carpets cleaned today. If that's something that you can do, that's a great thing. Like, let's do this today. Let's move forward. Get your carpets cleaned today. Fill this form out. Let's do this, and then have somebody be able to. The worst thing you can have is you want to answer a lead in an hour or less, preferably within a few minutes because you'll shock people. So have your emails, go to your personal email or ding your phone. There's ways that you can do that so that you can answer them right away. Here's a catering. I love this one. H&H Catering out of Austin, Texas. It says planning an event, click here. Your Austin, Texas professionals for catering and event planning. Get your free event proposal now. Look at, these are so many call to actions on here and it's done so well and so clear. And then on the bottom, they have browse our venues, wedding planning, our gourmet menu, contact a planner, event planning experts. That literally on this one page, this is all I need to know. If I want to hire somebody to do a catering event, I want to talk to an event planning expert. I want to check out their gourmet menu, and then I want to look at some elegant venues, some pictures that they've done before. That's all I need. And then from there, I need call to actions to get my free event proposal now. So simple. Love it. Here's a chiropractor. Fast recovery with our specialized health and wellness service. Start my recovery. That's what the button says. Really big. Blue, green. Do you have sports injury, auto accidents? Start my recovery right now. Who wouldn't want? That's a beautiful website. Contractor lead generation. Here's one. Lasting impressions from kitchens to room additions. We can do it all. Big, huge red button. Get a free estimate. Room additions, exterior remodeling, windows and patio door, kitchen makeovers done right. And those are all on the bottom. Very, very simple. And then it has really big call and it has a number. I would have call or text on there is the way that I would do it. Here's eye care, Elite Eye Care, Portland's most innovative eye care and eyewear facility. Schedule your appointment. Really big. Save time and fill out our forms online. So they have everything that you can do right online. Save time. That's all we want. We want to save time. We want it to be easy. There's two schedule. There's a big arrow that points down to the form that says schedule your appointment with an exclamation point. And then when I click, it clicks schedule my appointment after I put my name, phone, and email in. And what can we help with? They have a little, but very, very simple. Garage door, I have one here. Garage door installation repair. Get a free quote. Those are very simple. Here's another one. Commercial landscaping. Get started with your free property analysis. And then the button says, get my analysis. So very simple that way. It goes, you can even have it on the slide, the very first part of your website. Here's one. It's Epic Limo from Seattle's best town car service. It says, make a reservation now. Put your info in, schedule your pickup. Just boom, 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 right there, right in the very front. That's all it is on their website. They want to get a lead to pick you up in a limo. Here's another one, a locksmith, TLC Locks. More locksmith service and experience than anyone in the Ellsworth and Bangalore area. Get services fast, fill out form, get a free quote. residential and commercial service. And then really big, because this is what they're pushing for lead generation, is 24-hour emergency locksmith service. And then they have a little lock that gets unlocked, and then it has a cell number on it. That's all you need, 24-hour emergency locksmith service. If that's what you want to do, it's so simple that way. Here's a extermination company, Green Pest Control, family owned since 1960. Free on-site estimate. Let's get started. And then they have a form you can fill out. I hope this is helping you guys. I could go more and more into it with this, but I want you guys to understand your website. If you get anything today, get this. Your website needs to be audited. It needs to be gone through. You need to think of it as a lead generation. That's what it's there for. It will help you get more phone calls, more emails, and I hope you close more deals and you're more successful here in Albuquerque. Thanks, guys. We're going to be coming out with a podcast. I had talked about it before. It was almost 3 hours long. With Alex, we are doing a After Dark podcast. So it's going to be on New Mexico conspiracy theories. So we're going to get into Dulce. We're going to get into cattle mutilations. We got into aliens, and we got into hybrids. We got into so many different things. We talked about the labs and just really detailed. We went, like I said, almost 3 hours. It's a fun episode. We did have a few IPAs in the process. It's something I'm interested in. And we even got into the tunneling equipment that they have with all the levels and the nuclear tunneling equipment and just some really interesting information. I know it's going to be a fun one. I know you're going to love it. And I encourage you to listen to it. And then from there, we had Tim Dirty Bird, MMA fighter. That's going to be coming out. We correlated MMA fighting, being in the octagon, UFC octagon, with how it is in business and how you can persevere and come through. And that's a great one that will be coming out pretty soon. And then I've got a lot coming up that you're going to find really interesting. We started a new podcast with Tartle, and I will talk about that, where we're getting into data. And a lot of people look at data that's boring, but there's an exchange for data. There's a lot of things that people aren't understanding. How much did Facebook pay for your data? How much did Google give you to take your data? We're going to get into things like that because it's extremely important, especially coming up with blockchain and everything that's going on. So that's going to be interesting. And then we are also starting this coming Wednesday, we are going to start a spiritual conscience podcast. It's something that I'm extremely passionate about. I've read a lot about, and so we're going to get into that. My host, I want to announce that soon, and we'll announce the show and we'll get into it a little bit more, and I'll be putting it out on here. But I hope I'm helping your business. You can DM me. Go to ABQ Jason Rigby. That's ABQ Jason Rigby on Instagram. I'm most active on that. You can also go to our sponsor, DukeCityMarketing.com and 99.9 The Beat FM for old school hip hop. Stream that. Great to do that at your work. You would love it. It's funny when you start getting like TLC or, these old 90s hip hop groups that are on there and you're streaming them in your business locally, people will be singing along. They love that. We all love 90s R&B and 90s hip hop and 80s. It's just a great era and great time. So I encourage you, put it on, stream it, 99.9 The Beat FM. It's a local, not-for-profit, minority-owned radio station here in Albuquerque. That's where we do our recordings at for all our podcasts. So guys, I hope you have a great week. I hope you got a lot of good information out of this. Generate some leads, get some business, close some deals. Have a great week.
Thank you for joining us on the Albuquerque Business Podcast. And thank you to our sponsor, DukeCityMarketing.com. Please go to abqpodcast.com where you can get show notes, resources, and links to everything we talked about today to help you navigate your journey as an entrepreneur and business owner in Albuquerque.